All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking all about creative thinking. We're going to explore how to really break free from those usual thinking patterns and learn how to forge some powerful, new, and totally unexpected connections.
But first, let me ask you something. Does your thinking ever feel like it's kind of stuck in a straight line? You follow the same logical steps and always land on the same predictable conclusions. If you're not in your head right now, well, you are in exactly the right place.
So, that's why our first step here is all about thinking in new directions. We're going to figure out what that even means, and more importantly, how we can actually step off that super predictable straight line path.
Okay, so what are we really talking about here? Well, at its heart, creative thinking is just the practice of looking beyond what's already in front of you. It's about intentionally, purposefully breaking the patterns we fall into every single day. It's about giving ourselves permission to explore totally new avenues of thought. And this really gets to the core of it, right? On one side, you've got your usual patterns. Think linear discussions, following what already exists, and yeah, getting those predictable outcomes. But on the other side, that's where the magic happens. We're talking about exploring possibilities, breaking those patterns, and stumbling upon some truly unexpected insights. That is the big shift we're aiming for.
Okay, that all sounds great, but how do we actually do it? How do we make that shift? Well, that brings us right to our next section, the art of exploring. This is where we get into the practical stuff, the process that really powers all this creative thinking.
The powerhouse behind this whole thing? It's a process called divergent thinking. And the key idea is so simple, but so powerful. You create a ton of options before you even think about picking one. It's all about separating the act of creation from the act of judgment. No judging allowed in this phase.
And it basically breaks down into 3 simple steps. Step 1, explore as many options as you possibly can. I mean, go wild. No idea is too out there. Then, step 2, you dive into that big pool of ideas and hunt for those amazing, unexpected connections. And only then, after all that exploring, do you get to step 3, narrowing it all down to the best, most promising ideas.
The best part? You don't have to just stare at a blank page. There are some really simple tools to kickstart this whole thing. You've got mind maps, right? They let you just visually explode an idea into a web of connections. Or what about analogies? They force you to ask these cool questions like, how would nature solve this problem? And then there are random prompts, which can literally shock your brain out of its usual rut with just one unexpected word.
But look, having the right process and the right tools, that's only half the battle. It's like having a recipe but missing a key ingredient. You also need the right mindset. And that's why we're now going to talk about the power of openness. I absolutely love this quote because it is so true. Even unrealistic ideas can lead to unexpected insights. Think about that. The most impractical, maybe even silly-sounding idea, it might just be the stepping stone to something absolutely brilliant. The initial idea isn't the destination, it's just part of the journey.
It really all boils down to this mindset, doesn't it? You need that openness to new possibilities. You need a genuine curiosity, that little voice that asks, what if? And, maybe most importantly, you need to give yourself and your team permission to be unrealistic, without that fear of being judged. It's exactly that mindset that lets someone look at a pesky burr stuck on their dog's fur and see not just an annoyance, but a groundbreaking new idea.
So, when you combine that powerful process with this open mindset, something pretty incredible starts to happen. And that brings us to our final section, which is all about where innovation is born.
Now, let's be super clear about one thing. The result you get from thinking this way, it is not a straight line from A to B. It's not predictable at all. In fact, it's something way more powerful.
It has a name, and that name is cross-thinking. And honestly, this is the grand prize. This is what you get for all that hard work of exploration and openness.
So what exactly is cross-thinking? It's pretty simple. It's the ability to connect ideas that at first seem totally unrelated. It's connecting the design of a humble plant burr to a revolutionary new fastener. It's all about seeing that one link that absolutely everyone else has missed. And this is the real payoff. True innovation isn't just about making small improvements on some predictable path. Nope, it's about that spark, that jolt of electricity that happens when 2 completely unrelated concepts are smashed together for the very first time.
So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge, just a little one. Look at the world around you today.
your job, your hobbies, something you saw in the news. What two completely unrelated things can you connect? Just give it a shot. Because that connection, well, it might just be your next great idea.